All right, welcome to News Now, where we tell you all the stories that have been making headlines so far. My name is Hibaq Saeed. To start us off, Edwin Sifuna has signaled his willingness to step aside from the escalating battle over the Orange Democratic Movement Secretary General position, declaring that he cannot continue serving what he described as Oburu Oginga's mediocre group. Sifuna, who maintains he has served as Secretary General under Raila Odinga for 8 years, insists that any leadership changes must be conducted through a lawful and legitimate National Delegates Convention. He has urged those seeking removal to follow due process and identify a replacement through the party's established structures, warning against what he termed as irregular attempts to oust him.
Kazi yoyote ambaye mtanituma kufanya kwa ajili ya taifa la Kenya, hiyo kazi ndio Sifuna atafanya. Nataka niwaambie, nafasi zote za uongozi Kenya hii zinapeanwa na nyinyi wananchi. Leo nikinyang'anywa nafasi yoyote, mimi naamini kama ile miaka ambaye wanaimba ililiwa na nzige, mtanirudishia yote 2027. Kwa hivyo hakuna mtu anafaa kukaa mahali akifikiria ati Sifuna anakufa kwa sababu ya kukua katika nafasi yoyote ya uongozi. Naweza kuwa katibu mkuu wa ODM, katibu mkuu wa Raila Amolo Odinga miaka 8. Vile mnaniona hivi. And then I become the SG of mediocrity. Mimi. Oburu, tafuta SG wako. Mimi siwezi kuwa SG wa Oburu. Hiyo nataka niseme hapa mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu na mbele ya taifa zima. I will not be the SG of mediocrity. After Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, you characters don't deserve me.
All right, at the same time, Oburu Oginga has been endorsed by Orange Democratic Movement delegates as the party leader and tasked with kickstarting negotiations with William Ruto's United Democratic Alliance Party. The delegates, who also ratified a new leadership lineup, voted to remove Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi as deputy party leader, marking a significant shift in the party's internal power structure. Meanwhile, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna survived removal after the political party's disputes tribunal ruled that the party must first exhaust its internal dispute resolution mechanisms before effecting any changes to his position.
As many of that opinion say aye, as many of the contrary opinion say no, the ayes have it. Now, Dr. Senator Oburu Oginga is the party leader of the Orange Democratic Movement.
And we believe as you lead this next cycle of transition, as they call you youth leader, you will open the space in this party for all the millions of young people of Kenya.
We are going to negotiate and we are going to form a technical team to start the negotiations. And we are not going to be, like other people are saying, that ODM is bought. Is bought by who? At my age, can somebody buy me? Will you buy me with how much? ODM is in power, and we are not ashamed to say we want power, and we are going to remain in power.
Now, former Chief Justice and presidential hopeful David Maraga has urged Kenyan youth to register as voters, even as he criticized the government over what he termed as rising corruption scandals. Speaking during a campaign tour in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County, Maraga challenged young people to take charge of the country's future by participating in the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission voter registration exercise. He emphasized that the ballot remains the most powerful tool for change. Maraga also took aim at the current administration, accusing it of normalizing graft, and singled out the alleged 6.8 billion shilling e-citizen scandal as a misuse of public resources that must be addressed.
Vile mambo inaenda nchi yetu, tusipochunga nchi hii itaangamia. Kitu ambao kinataka kuangamisha nchi yetu ni ufisadi. Ule wizi wa mali ya umma, umepita kiasi. Umepita kiasi, na tusiposimamisha hiyo, Kenya yetu itaangamia.
Investors from the Rita Foundation are calling on Kenyans, particularly Gen Z youth, to register as voters ahead of the 2027 general election. They say the youth are participating and will play a decisive role in shaping the country's future, urging young people to take responsibility and actively engage in the democratic process.
We must see a vision, what they can do, step by step, real doing, step by step, to make the life better here in Kenya.
Si Gen Z peke yake, lazima uwe na kadi. Ukiwa na kadi, kuna nguvu, unapata nguvu zaidi kushinda any other thing. Tunakashifu wale viongozi ambao wanaleta ukabila katika nchi letu la Kenya.
And the youth and human rights groups in Nakuru County have staged a peaceful procession condemning rising cases of femicide, forced disappearances, and killings in the society. The demonstrators say the protest follows a worrying increase in cases of unjust killings, calling on authorities to ensure those responsible are held accountable. They also demanded transparency from the government regarding bodies discovered in the Kericho mass grave.
We saw the 2023-2024 finance bill that the young people protested against, and the police shooting them and killing them. We are so frustrated that the only thing that the government can do is to offer 38 million for the victim, 38 million for compensation. We are telling the government that 38 million is never enough for our life. We have seen people massacred and put in the same grave somewhere in Kericho. Yeah. The only thing that the government is saying is that they have unclaimed bodies. Which body doesn't belong to anyone? The way the government normally do their own procedures of identifying people, we want them also to tell us who are these people that have been put into the mass grave, because even their lives also matter to us.
We are tired that every time we wake up, you see heartbreaking headlines that are zinagonga vyombo vya habari. And for a fact that we have considered this as normal. There is nothing normal about young people disappearing without answers. There is nothing normal about family seeking justice that is never there. There is nothing normal about service delivery money disappearing without accountability.
Now, a brother to Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti, alongside two others, have been charged in a Nairobi court of an alleged tax fraud amounting to over 387 million shillings. Vincent Somba Ndeti, Helen Mweni Ndeti, and Solente International Limited face 8 counts of submitting false tax returns between 2019 and 2022. Prosecutors allege the accused used fictitious purchases and underdeclared income to evade taxes, leading to significant revenue losses. The defense, however, argues they are not company directors and pose no flight risk. The court has granted each a bond of 3 million shillings.
They are not a flight risk. They have a fixed aboard, and they have been cooperating with KRA investigators since the year 2022, and have always honored summons by KRA, including the latest one that was on Monday this week, that led to the arrest.
The accused persons are hereby granted bond of Kenya shillings 3 million plus 1 surety of a similar amount, and in the alternative, a cash bill of Kenya shillings 500,000 plus 2 contact persons.
The Kenya Wildlife Services has dismissed claims circulating on social media alleging destruction of upland forest within Nairobi National Park, terming the reports as misleading and unfounded. KWS clarified that the ongoing relocation and upgrade of the Nairobi Animal Orphanage is a lawful and well-planned initiative aimed at improving conservation, animal welfare, and visitor experience. The agency says the project has met all legal requirements, including environmental approvals from the National Environment Management Authority, and will feature modern veterinary services and improved animal enclosures. It is also expected to create over 500 jobs while enhancing Kenya's global conservation profile. And Kenya is now shifting focus to expand meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions tourism beyond the capital as stakeholders seek to diversify destinations and unlock new economic opportunities across the country. Industry players say regions outside Nairobi hold immense potential for conference tourism, with investments in infrastructure, conservation, and hospitality expected to position Kenya as a leading MICE destination globally. They note that expanding to new regions will not only decongest Nairobi, but also spread tourism benefits to counties, boosting local economies and job creation.
MICE is a big part of the business. I think that people are traveling extensively, and I think that's why Mount Kenya and why Fairmont Mount Kenya, because we offer something which is different. I will say that MICE is not only about meetings between four walls, but also destination. And we are the perfect location for destination MICE. We are not only offering an amazing location, but as well authenticity.
The selected panelists that we put together was about how we will platform the MICE industry within our property in Nanyuki. So now it's not just about looking at events in Nairobi, but it's looking about events in Nanyuki. So the gurus who presented today were talking about how each stakeholder can help bring Mount Kenya Safari Club into life. We're coming up with a project very soon, the state-of-the-art MICE Center. So these stakeholders will work together with the entire Fairmont Mount Kenya Safari Club team to bring this to life.
Now, concern is growing over the rising number of people experiencing vision problems, with many still unable to access timely and quality eye care services. Limited access to modern equipment and affordable corrective solutions continues to pose a major challenge, leaving thousands at risk of worsening visual impairment. Health experts say ongoing efforts to expand access to quality eye lenses and advanced diagnostic services are critical in detecting conditions early and preventing avoidable vision loss. The adoption of modern technology in eye care is also expected to significantly improve diagnosis and treatment outcomes. They further emphasize the importance of regular eye checkups, noting that many vision problems can be effectively managed or treated if identified early.
Where are the sales ones?
Today is just not about technology. It is about empowering you to deliver extraordinary care every single day.
Their high-performance lenses and advanced optical technologies deliver exceptional clarity, comfort, and durability, enhancing not just how people see, but how they experience the world.
At least 10% of the world revenue gets reinvested into R&D to come up with projects and solutions that have a positive impact on mankind.
All right. Right, let's get sporty. The Harambee Stars have wrapped up their final training session ahead of their FIFA Series 2026 clash against Estonian national football team later today. The tournament is being hosted in Rwanda at the Amahord Stadium, with Kenya drawn in a group alongside Estonia, Grenada national football team, and hosts Rwanda national football team. Head coach Benny McCarthy says the tournament is key to building the squad ahead of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, which will be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania.
But I think the biggest thing is like just the experience that they bring. They play in second, third tier of English football, and the levels from someone that's played there myself. And when you play in the FA Cup, you sometimes draw League One, League Two teams, and you think the levels is far apart, different quality, a different texture of, that you need on that football field, finesse, and that's what they can bring and help the local players adjust to that, which will be really nice. And I think so far, these guys, they've come in and they didn't look out of place, and it's been a really good partnership from the international and the locals, and everybody settled in and they accept, so that's been really good.
Right, and with that final exciting prompt from sports, we have to wrap it up, but be sure that these stories and many more will be in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Hibaq Saeed. Have yourselves a very lovely Friday.